My lord, after 10 years, My Hero Academia seems to be everywhere. At first it was because of the hype surrounding it, but nowadays it's more about the hate. But does My Hero Academia deserve the hate? Yeah, it kind of does. Back in the dark ages known as 2016, amidst all the dabbing and superhero fighting, emerged a great titan. Oh yeah. When My Hero Academia first dropped, it was something else. It was one of few anime that actually managed to enter the mainstream, and what it did for the anime community cannot be understated. It brought so many new fans to this wonderful medium, and it paved the way for its titanic global rise of today. Essentially, Dragon Ball crawled so the big three could walk, and My Hero Academia to do a double twister loopy-loop off an Empire State Building straight into a pile of garbage. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm just going to come out and say it. Season 1 of My Hero Academia was just straight fire. And it only got better after that. You can see why it got so popular. In the midst of the superhero craze and the rising popularity of the single greatest on-screen interconnected universe known as the DCEU, it stood out with its unique premise and such beautiful visuals. I dare say that the #1 reason My Hero Academia was so popular was because of its visuals, not just in the art style, but little animations and framing of the characters. You could tell it was done by people with passion. And we must not forget the music. My lord, it was so good. I could go in a 30-minute video essay of just how Yusei Run alone carried the popularity of My Hero Academia on its back for years, but if you were there when the almighty normal fight dropped, you already know it was everywhere. And somehow they managed to keep the hype train going with season 2. Now admittedly, you can start seeing cracks form in this season. If you put season 1 and 2 side by side, you can clearly see the difference in quality. Season 2 is not badly animated at all, I'm not saying that, but it lost a little bit of that passion that you can see in season 1. And that trend pretty much continued all the way until today, where we are stuck with bland visuals, bad direction, just plain looking anime that is the current MHA. Doesn't help that the story also kind of dropped off after season 3. One other thing I should mention is the movies. You see, after 2018, the studio realized, hey, we can make mad money with this. So they just started pumping out as much content as possible. Movies, OVAs, miniseries. Animating a project as big as My Hero Academia was already hard enough. But now add all this wet sand in and you can see how the anime started to suffer from it. It can be clearly seen with the lack of passion for the series as soon as that happened around season 4. Speaking of season 4, that's when the story started to drop off as well. The first part of season 3 was the biggest peak I had seen when it was airing. The Decan muscular fight, Bakugo's denial of villains, All Might's final stand against All for One. It was just one peak moment after the other. And then it slowed down. Like a lot. You see, just as the story overall was picking up pace, the author of the story decided to focus a bit more on the academia aspect of the My Hero Academia. And in season 3 it wasn't so bad. Beginning of season 4 even had a pretty banging arc, but the adaptation quality just wasn't up to par with the previous season. You could tell. And after that, the story pretty much grinded to a halt. School festivals, internships, random ass tournament arc that felt like a filler even though it was in the manga. Yeah, there was cool stuff happening from time to time, but most of the time, honk shoo, honk shoo. And those two things were really the two things that practically killed off My Hero Academia. I mean, if you were both an anime and manga fan for like good 2 years, you were treated to mid in both anime and manga form. And the fans, oh my lord, the fans. Honestly, they deserve a dedicated video of their own. I even made one about their weird ships of characters from the series. But my lord, if you ever want a try not to cringe challenge, search up some My Hero Academia fan cringe compilations. Good luck, soldiers. I haven't made it past minute 1. Long are gone the days of All Might kicking ass while Yusei Run blasts in the background. But it all might not be over so soon. The manga has officially ended as of recording this video, and the anime is basically adapting the final war arc, which is admittedly on the same level of hype as seasons 1 through 3. And in some of its latest episodes, My Hero Academia anime is straight up cooked with its adaptation. We still have to wait and see if it will capture the glory it once had, but I'm optimistic because even with all its faults, I love the series and have been keeping up with the anime and manga since 2016. I hope they do some of the amazing upcoming moments justice, so I can finally stand proud as the My Hero Academia fan that I am.